All right. I'm going to share this just to see if anybody wants to watch. So obviously the first couple seconds are going to be a little bit of dead air, but go ahead and share this to the Facebook group. All right. All right, that's shared. All right, so essentially, what I'm going to be talking about is this teams tournament. So if you've been following along, which obviously if you're watching this video, you're probably following along. But if you've been following along, then you know that kind of gotten back to doing some trivia. I'm sticking with the competitive nature of it, but I want it to still be, relaxed and chill in the sense of like, I just don't like the cultish, aspect that we can get with the trivia. So I'm trying to stay away from that while still, providing some good content and also still being competitive because that's really important to me. So the format I'm thinking about, I'm between two right now, so it's not set in stone. But obviously, if I just carry over the singles format, then it'll just be the same thing. 8 questions, whiteboard, round one. Each team submits. I'll probably do 4 movies just to make it even, two movies per. So 4 movies. I know it's a little more studying, but there's more people, so it's not that big of a deal. So 8 total, and then round three, the same thing. 3 categories that they'll submit. So essentially, so there's 2 options. I'm either going to do it MTV version, where round one is all data, and then player I'll reveal the category, and then the teams will decide who's going to take that, and then so each player will answer 4 questions. So it's only going to be a max of 8 points per team instead of combining a possibility of 16. So at least it doesn't get one-sided by the end of round one, since it is all data, and I know it's just possible that that could skew one team's favor versus the other. And then round two is completely collaboratory for teams, obviously. So like I said, it's going to be, if I'm going to do 4 movies, still do 2 questions each, so it'll be 8 questions instead of 6. So for teams, that's not that big a deal. Multiple choice will be available. And then round three, 2 possibilities, either collaborative on the 2, 3, or 5, or it's going to be where 3 points, 3 points, 5, and then they'll separate. So it'll be the same format of they'll pick 3 numbers, 1 through 6. Order doesn't matter, and then I'll reveal the categories. So say it's 90s, horror, and then Beverly Hills Cop, because that was just recent. So they get 90s first, me and Pez. So he's my teammate, me and Pez. 90s, I'll be like, I'm pretty good at 90s, so I'll stick with 90s. I'll make that my solo 3. And then next one's horror. He'll be like, oh, I'm good at horror, so make that the solo 3. And then we get Beverly Hills Cop, like, oh, well, that's our 5. You know what I mean? And then obviously you could do the other order as well. And then, or otherwise, just collaboratory 2, 3, 5. So I'm still in, thinking of that. And then possibilities since teams, maybe even possibility make one round. If you watch the bracket, the redemption bracket final, you saw that we had a keyword round, and I kind of like that concept for a collaboratory teams effort. So I do, I'm possibly thinking about bringing that in there. So go ahead and reveal what our teams are. So obviously, I already spoiled that we have one team. I'll go ahead and reveal. Type that right here. So we have one team of dudes perfection, which is Henry and Pez. So that's one team right there. Dudes perfection, Henry and Pez. And then next up we have obviously your Milwaukee Bears, which is John and Will. Very familiar team there, so no surprise there. Then next week we have Secret Tunnel, which is Jay and Tato. Again, no surprise there. Great team, fun stuff. Then we have the Skeleton Crew, which they're newer in terms of longevity, but they've been around for a while. But that's Eric and Jacob Cameron. So that's a team right there. And then we have Shampoo is Better making their return. Not really return because they've still played together in ASAT tournament, but they're playing. So Shampoo is Better, which is JPO, and Rick Weaver. Then we have a picture of this, which is Chad Webb and Dylan Randazzo. Did I show this one? JPO and Rick Weaver. And then we have a picture of this, which is Chad and Dylan. And then we have 2 new teams just to round out our 8 roster. Because, like I said, I'm not trying to make it completely, overdone. So obviously no signups, none of that stuff. But we have OG, triple OG, which is Rue and Robert Kastner. That'll be a fun one. They just signed up for TMG teams as well. And then our last team, don't have a team name, but team name TBD. This one's going to suck for the rest of us, or it won't, and we'll all make them crash and burn. That's the goal. But we have Brian Michaels and Kirk Kowalkowski. Team name TBD. So there's that. So just a reminder of our teams again. We have Dude's Perfection, which is myself and Pez. Your Milwaukee Beers, which is John Marr and Will Cohen. Secret Tunnel, which is Jay Burns and Jake Tato. The Skeleton Crew, which is Eric Ibarra and Jacob Cameron. We have Shampoo is Better, which is JPO and Rick Weaver. We have Picture This, which is Chad Webb and Dylan Randazzo. We have OG Triple OG, which is Amara Moses and Robert Kastner. And then we have Team Name TBD, Brian Michaels and Kirk Kowalkowski. All right, so now let's go ahead and show the bracket concepts. I put together the bracket, which one I'm doing this now, just because it's already fresh in my mind. So we have this one. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show, it's going to be another double elimination. I just feel like, once again, that's pretty unique for these leagues. So I do think that that's pretty cool to have that out there in the atmosphere. But I don't want that one yet. Don't want that. All right, I guess I'll just show one at a time. All right, so the winner's bracket is going to be like this. So we have share screen. All right. So when I randomize teams right now, I will randomize team 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 5 and then 6 and then 7 and the final team will be 8. So this is going to be the winner's bracket. So the winners of team 1 and versus 8 is going to go down to the red spot right there, and they're going to face the winners of teams 4 versus 5. And then obviously it's the same thing on the other side. And then those 2 winners are going to drop down, left side, right side. That's pretty straight, self-explanatory. This one was pretty easy to put together. It was the redemption bracket, which was a little tougher just because I kind of had to. It wasn't because the actual concept was tough. It was just putting it on screen was tough, and Rain Manning it. So let's go ahead and get that one. This one took me a minute. Like I said, it took me a second to figure out how I wanted to present it on screen. But so the loser of the 1 versus 8 seed is going to go in that left corner, top left, and then obviously, so that's going to be the 4 losers of round 1, and then the winner of, and then that's the versus. So on the left side, they're going to face each other, and then the winner of the left side is going to jump into that red spot. So that's the blue losers, and then the red winner on the winner's bracket, that loser is going to drop down into that spot on both sides, and then the 2 winners, and then the winner of that red square there is going to go down to that black one, which is going to be the left side winner and right side winner, and then the winner of that matchup is going to go down to the redemptions winner, and then they're going to face the losers winner. So the 1v1 in the winner's bracket, the loser of that is going to drop down to that winner's losers, and then the winner of that is going to face the winner's winner, and then they have to double dip. And similar to what we're about to get now in singles, Brian Michaels versus John Marr. Spoiler alert. First matchup is going to be regular Fuck a Belt, now real trivia format, as you've seen in the rest of the tournament. And then if Brian wins that, because he's the winner of the redemption bracket, if Brian wins that, then he's going to have to beat John again in an ASAT style matchup, which is going to be all of the categories that they chose for the first game, just sprinkled, divided into a ASAT format for the second game. So that's that. And then so the same thing with your teams as well. All right, so now we can go ahead and get into the bracket. All right, so like I said, I'm going to start off. This is going to be Team 1. So this is what I'm going to be filling in for Team 1. So let me go ahead and get over there. Okay. All right, so make sure it's muted. Team 1 is going to be, so the 1 seed is going to be Secret Tunnel. All right, which just a reminder is Jay and Tato. All right, so Secret Tunnel. This 2 seed is going to be OG Triple OG. Okay. Our 3 seed is going to be the Skeleton Crew. Okay. And our 4 seed is going to be your Milwaukee Beers. All right. All right, and then now, so let's start off with backwards. So now the team that's going to be playing your Milwaukee Beers is going to be, wow, you guys see it here. We're off to a great start. Brian and Kirk. I'm actually glad that that went that way on live. We'll just call them Team TBD for now. Team TBD. Well, good thing it's a double elimination for one of those teams, obviously, because that's a heavy hitter team on paper. And then Dude's Perfection is going to be playing the Skeleton Crew, which is myself and Pez. Okay. Then next up we have Shampoo is Better, which is going to be playing Triple OG. And then last but not least, Picture This will be playing Secret Tunnel. All right. I think I love that. All right. So let's go ahead and now share that screen. So now we're sharing that screen. All right, that's what the winner's bracket's going to look like. Secret Tunnel is going to be playing. Oh, let's update that. That's wrong. Picture this. Then the winner of that is going to be facing your Milwaukee Beers versus Team TBD. And then on the other side of the bracket, OG Triple OG is going to be playing Shampoo is Better. And the winner of that is going to be face the winner of Skeleton Crew versus Dude's Perfection. All right, I think that went by pretty smooth. No comments right now, so I guess I'll just stay on for a little bit. The one person watching, do you have any comments? Are you Diaz, or are you anybody that's actually in the league? Let me know, and then I'll give it a couple seconds. If there's nothing, it's pretty straightforward, and then I'm excited to see how we're going to roll with this tournament. And then obviously make sure you check out Brian Michaels versus John Marr. Once again, that doc hasn't been written yet, so the match hasn't been scheduled yet, so I don't have the date. But that's going to be a fantastic match. That is Jacob Cameron. Jacob. So you're actually going to be facing me and Pez. What are your thoughts? Comment that. What are your thoughts on facing me and Pez? And then this upcoming week, we have, for just anybody watching, on the repeat, we have debates. In real debates, we have Rue versus Will Cohen, both 1-0. Will beat Pez, and Rue beat myself. And then we also have Eric Moreno versus Jake Tato. That's going to be a fun one. Both of them are 1-0 in their own right as well. All right. Jacob says, rematch of Why We Love Horror. Second verse, same as the first. Exactly. So I'm definitely excited for that. So with that said, pretty straightforward. So 15 minutes in, I'm excited for this, and go ahead and let's do some real trivia.